Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. It's Jewel. I've done 2 videos of easy, simple collaging, and this is the third one, and I'm going to show you how I cut down my big collage pages after I make them. And I made 2 more off camera. Actually, I made a couple, like 3 more, and I've already cut them up and sewed them. So today I'm going to show you how I cut them down and dissect my collage work into tags and pockets. And I'm just going to share you, I think we did several of these together, and they were one large collaged piece like this. Just simply using your scraps and maybe even some fabric scraps you have and things like that. So here's some tags, and we're going to actually do something to these tags at the end of this video. And so then I took the pieces and I also made pockets. Here's another tag, and I'll show you how I kind of take the piece and take a look at it and decide how I'm going to cut it down. These are all cut in the vertical. And then I did come in and do some cutting in the horizontal like this, and this is going to make either a I'm going to clip it to a page for journaling on, or it will make a pocket in one of my books. It'll, this is a smaller book than I usually make, but I would make a pocket out of it, sew it in, or this way. I've used these before as pockets. Here's a smaller one. Okay, so this will be a good tuck spot area or a pocket or just a small tag. Okay, here's another one. This one we did together. This was all one big piece, and then I cut this and this so you could see the McCall's pattern. This one actually has some fabric on it and some crocheted trim. And then here's another tag. Now, today, none of these are sewed because, as you can see, I sewed them all after I cut the shapes that I wanted, because otherwise you're going to be cutting through your stitching. And so what I do is, you can see the back of this, I may come in and just gesso this, or I may adhere some coffee dyed paper to the back, or just leave it as is if it's going to end up being a tuck spot. And so you can see, the sewing here. But also you can see the sewing around the edge. I went all the way around the edge to keep all the collaged pieces, down, because you can see some, like this collage piece is coming up. I'm actually going to secure that a little bit better, and I'll just use my tacky glue because this is a heavier piece, and I did use a glue stick for this, but it's a little bit too heavy for that. But this I will sew all the way around that. This is kind of coming up here. And the reason I'm not too concerned about it is because I will do it like, a Franken page, which was, I originally saw it Nick the Booksmith. This is just a variation of it. So this is done on mop-up paper, a large, like this was on the edge of a paper from the paper pack, and you can see I used it for a lot of different inking and stuff. Both sides have been inked. So in this one I had some really nice, is it Prima? Not Prima. What's that paper line? Oh, it'll come to me. But you can see there's a lot of small bits, and I had made a journal in the lavender, and this is not Prima here. I think this was a piece from Graphics 45. But so I will cut this down, then I will come in and I'll go ahead and I'll sew around. But you can see I did ink it each piece is inked. I don't know if the camera's picking it up. All right, I guess we'll start with this one since I have my big cutter here today, so I could just show you. So now I'm taking a look at this, and I think I'm going to start. See, these are bigger. This is a 12 by 12 piece, and this is even bigger. So these are, the other ones were regular 8.5 by 11 sheets. So I'm going to take a look at this. I like this border here, but I think I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to cut this right in half. So the tags, I could say, would be maybe a 6-inch, you know, maybe not quite. Let me see. I just want to try to make sure I'm in frame here. I'm standing up for this right now. Now this would be right about there, would be about 6 inches. So it'll cut this in half, this image in half. And let me get all the way through these layers. This is a piece of heavyweight cardstock, actually, a 12 by 12. Okay, so now I have that piece and I have this piece. Okay, this one I think I'm going to do into tags. And let's do, yeah. I usually like 4-inch tags, but I'm looking here. You see I have this piece here and this piece here. I want to cut. I want to cut where I have this on each side, and on each tag, 2 tags. So this, I'm thinking maybe usually a 4. My pockets and my books, I'm kind of thinking about it. You know, they're usually not any wider than maybe 4 to 4.5, maybe sometimes even 5 inches. So I think I'll cut it down to about 4.5. Actually, do I want 3 tags out of this? If there's 12, that would be 3. So I'll do 3 4-inch tags, and hopefully they will look good. Now there's that one, so I'll come in, I'll take it to the machine, sew all the way around each of these pieces. I might use some lavender thread on that, that'd be pretty. And let's do another 4-inch tag here, and let's see, yeah. See, this piece is coming up right here, but that'll get secured. Okay, and then I have this pretty trim on the edge of that one. So I've got three of these lavender tags, and I will use them because I'm going to be doing a lavender journal. So those will go in my journal somewhere. Now, do I want to make these into pockets? This piece into possible pockets. And no, I think I'm going to just use this as for tags again. I'm just looking at the piece to see. So this could be a small tag here. Then the wording would be the wrong way. I could do a small tag here. Let's do just let's cut up here, right about here, and then I think I'll cut this one. So then I have one more, whoops, this piece came off, so I'll have to glue that back on. Let me do that right now. Just a little bit of glue just so I don't lose the piece between here and the machine, which is at another desk, so. Okay, so there's that, whoops. And then I will, ink around the edges as well. So there's that. Now I think maybe I will do a couple pockets with this. So I'm just going to cut this right in half. Let me measure what this is. Let me see. Okay, this is 8 1/4. So, well, then again, I'm going to be making it into tag size. That's okay. When I'm thinking about it, this one makes a good pocket here. This one's a little bit bigger. See, that's wider. So that would look good on a page. You could, you know, sew it in the middle, down here, and at the bottom. Or you can have a side pocket, maybe sew around here. Oops, I'm out of frame. Sew it around here, tuck in that way. So that, and then I have this one, which makes a really pretty tag. So, and then do something on the back maybe. Okay, so that's those, and now let's take a look at this one. This piece is very large, so I need to take some. I want to cut it with my cutter, so I want to take some off of the side first. So this is going to be a variety of tags, and but you can see they're too long. So we are going to go ahead. I'm going to cut it down. You see I got this little measuring, this scrap that's like a measuring tape, or a ruler actually, like a ruler. And I'm looking at this piece, and I want to cut possibly in the middle of this piece. So I have a little bit of that over there. So let me cut this down right about here, which this looks like it'd be about 4 inches. I could have turned it the other way. Oops, I'm losing a piece of this. So let's glue this back on. Now this one I'm going to have to cut down. I don't even know what size this is. I'm not even sure what this is. It's bigger. I think it's like an 18-inch. Oops, I think that was about like that. I'll do it right there. Okay. So I'm going to have to cut this piece down again because that's obviously way too big for a book. So now I'm going to start cutting this way because I think my in frame, I'd like this area up here to end up being a pocket or a tuck spot. And I like this flower here, so I'm going to cut. Oops, lost another piece right here. Glue stick is not working well on this heavier paper, but that's okay. This all gets sewn up and to make it look like a you know, a Franken page. Okay, so now I have this piece. Now this I'm going to have to make smaller. So let me see how wide this is. So I can have a variety of, that isn't, I gotta trim that off. All right, so if I cut here, let me see how wide this is. This looks like I've got it, yeah, this is 10 inches, well, 10 1/4. So I think I'll cut it right in half, and that would end up being about a good sized pocket, like 5 1/8, and I'll cut, let me bring it this way just a little bit more, so I'm there. So here's a nice pocket. This will look nice. I might even round the corners of this and put some trim at the top. And of course I'm going to come in and sew around these pieces. So that would look nice in a junk journal. Okay, now I have this piece. So here, this piece is ready for me to sew. And this also could be a journal card. Could go this way, could go this way, or it could go on the page as a tuck spot or a pocket. I could round the corners here again and then add some trims and stenciling on that, so that would be good. Okay, now I have this long piece, and I think I'm going to just take off this part up here, and this will be a small tag. Then I have this as a nice big tag. So this can be a small journaling card or a little pocket or tuck spot in a book. And then I have this one, which I really like this piece of all the different textures and papers. And this would make a great tag. a grommet in here, some pretty ribbon. Of course, I'll ink it. And then now we have this big piece. So, what should I do with this? I think I'm just going to make some tags out of it because I like I like it as a piece itself. That could actually even be a nice journal cover right there, huh? The front would go right on a journal. Okay, so I think I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to look at this, and I think I'm going to cut here because this part I think would make a nice tag. I'm going to sew around this so that comes down. Add some stenciling on there, and that would look nice. And then, whoops, lost my little one here. And let me put this back on. I think I had it there. Maybe. Still looks nice. And so I think I will go ahead. Let me see how big this one is. That's 7 inches. So I could cut this right in half, and it would go right in the middle of that that graph paper. And what did I say that was? So I'll cut it down to 3.5. So then I have 2 more tags. Here's a neat tag. You can see that. And then this tag. So that's how I cut down my papers. And then, let me move this aside because I'm thinking I do have to ink all these and sew these. So we're just going to put these aside, and I can sit down and I'm going to do a couple things with these tags just to jazz them up. So this one's a pocket, this one's a pocket, this one I'll probably use as a pocket, and that one, and that one. So these are ready to use in a book. Now these tags, I think what I'd like to do with this one is to find some trim for the top and make, here, let me just pop out a little trim here. And make like a tab at the top. And since this has the rose in it, I actually have a rose journal coming up, so I'll probably end up using this in there. I've got this rose trim. We could use that. And take this to the machine and sew my rose trim right on. I think I'm going to do it like that. And that'll look pretty, peeking out the top of the tag. Also, I can do some, I don't know, let me cut this end off. That I'll put in my trim thing. I don't have my machine here, but I will tack it with glue so you can see what that looks like. So, how simple? Very simple. I'll use this since I have it out instead of my Fabri-Tac. But with being a little stressed, I'll tell you that doing collage can really calm you down. Plus it gives you a good sense of feeling to use up your scraps if you have a lot of scraps. So that's a very simple, easy little tag to do there. Another thing I like to do with my tags, besides, you know, you can, oops, wrong tag. You can always use a grommet, you know, you just punch a hole in the top and do that. But I like to do, make a ribbon, let me see if I have any other trims in here I want. See, grab some fabrics here. Oh, that's pretty trim. I didn't even know I had that. Oh, I like that trim. I don't think I have. This might not be nice on one of these because I have those colors in there. I like to make a ribbon. Let me grab a book and see if I have. I finished a book and I haven't, I got a couple of books here. I just want to show you ideas with the tags, since I thought I had my fabric out here and I don't. See how I have, let me see, here's some of these tags. Yeah, no, that's on the page. Here's an idea to do with the tag. Just take a little button, grommet, or not a grommet, a button, brad, and add a little ribbon under it. So there's that. Let me see. You can just, that's not a tag, that's a bookmark. Just seeing what tags I have in here. You see how I do these ruffle ribbon or fabric ribbons? I like to cut those down and use those on the top of tags. This one's just got one of those bigger eyelets in it, so that, another larger eyelet. I just want to see if I have any tags. I know I did some different style tags in here. This just says sari silk on it. Oh, here's a tag. This is what I wanted to show you, but I don't have any of that out. See, I just put the ribbon right at the top of the tag, and it just adds a little, for a simple tag or a tag like this, it just adds a little bit of, you know, a little interest to it. Let me see what I have in here for tags too, since seems like I'm not very prepared with this. Okay, that's, let me see, tags. Okay, this, you see how I off-center it as well? So this is just some sari silk here, and I put a little bling up there. So it doesn't have to go all the way, so it's more like just a fabric tab on the tag. I did do a flip through of this, but I haven't posted it yet. You can do paper tabs or paper ribbons, and I did some stenciling on there. That would look nice at the top of those, especially those. You sew them on. Let's see if I have any more tags in here. Looking for tags. Here's a neat idea I did with the tag. I did the ribbon. This is a piece of, actually it's not ribbon, it's a bias tape, a fabric bias tape. And I just did the fabric ribbon down the side, sewed it on, and then added a little ball pin with a button. So that kind of jazzed that tag up. These are for simple tags, you know, that fit, flat tags that will fit nicely into your books. Tags, see if I have any more ideas. These are, I only have a couple books here that I haven't sold. This one I haven't even listed yet, so. So I think that's it. Those are the ideas for tags I could, okay, now here's a different one. This one I just simply glued like a, like just draped the sari silk up in the corner and tied it into a knot and just added a crystal there. So that's another idea. So, you know, you don't always have to just put an eyelet in. Another idea is you could do 2 eyelets. Sometimes I even will take a tag, and this one I'll just show you real quick. And I don't put the hole in the middle. I put the hole over at the side. Let's see if I can grab if I have an eyelet up here. Brads are nice. Let me see, is this, I've got this one. Okay, standing up again. There you go. And so I've got that, and then add whatever ribbon or, you know, fabric, or I'm looking to see if I have anything on my desk just to show you that. Here, I've got some sari. Got some sari here. this isn't, I probably will come back and use like a green in here. So it doesn't have to be in the middle. It's just to give, now I've done things like this where I've just glued it down like this, okay? Or just do it, you know, this way, or tie it on. And then you can come in and do a bulb pin on there with a button. So that's on the corner. So I'm trying to think if I have any other ideas to share with you right now. Oh, I've done tags where I've taken just big pieces of applique and I've wrapped them over the tags. So let's say, well, this isn't the best applique. See if I have any. My appliques are in my other drawer. I don't have that. Well, you get the gist of it, where I would, see now this one would be pretty just like this. I could just flip it right over the top like that, and it just adds some mind frame, and sew that right on, and it just adds like a pretty, so both sides you have some prettiness. Now this one I probably would go ahead and back with some coffee dyed if I were to do that with this trim. Trying to think what else. What else? I've done tags where I've used long pom-pom trim on it. Short pom-pom trim, and had the pom-poms hang. Let me show you. See if I have the pom-poms hang all the way down the tag like that. I did that for a couple Christmas journals. Like that. You would just tie right through the top there, put a hole and tie your pom-poms on. So just whimsical and fun. So, you know, come up with some different ways to use your collage tags and different ways to trim them out. I have to finish, I haven't inked these yet, and I still want to do some stenciling on them. So that's it for the collaging. Okay, guys, I hope you enjoyed it. Have a blessed day. Bye-bye.